Welcome back to We're Not Really Here, and that is another 3 points in the bag. We remain top of the table, and we now have a 4-point gap on our nearest rivals. It may not have been the prettiest game to watch as a Manchester City fan, but it doesn't matter. We won, and that is the way titles are won, by grinding out results. And you can see the table there for yourselves. Everybody has finally played 20 games, although, of course, United are playing a bit later when West Ham and Liverpool are playing tomorrow. But right now, you can see we have a 4-point gap there on Manchester United. And if you look a bit further down, 7 points on the current champions, Liverpool. So, gentlemen, I am joined, of course, in the studio by Richard Dunne and Paul Dickov, and we're going to have a happy chat, I think. As I say, perhaps not the prettiest game, Richard, but it doesn't matter. We got the points. No, it doesn't matter. It's about winning games. It's about getting points, and it's great to sit back and watch and see 5 goals and all lovely football and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's the same outcome. You get 3 points at the end of it, and there was a different type of performance today. They were solid. They showed how well they've defended over recent times, and it was needed today. And it was, I think the difference when you look at Man City and Manchester United in midweek is errors. And Man City didn't make any errors defensively, and that's what they've been like all season, and that's why they are top of the table. And they look, I think they always say, don't you, build a title-winning team on a strong defence, and City by far have the strongest in the league. Because another clean sheet there as well, 3 points, another clean sheet, Paul. That's just going to continue to add to the already incredible confidence that we've got with the defence and the team as a whole. Yeah, it is, and look, we're all saying 3-0, 4-0 and 5-0, hoping before the game, but as Richard Dunne said there, it doesn't matter. You know, I think before the game, Richard touched on it when I was saying that if you're playing first ahead of your title challengers, it's all about getting the result. Doesn't matter how you get it, doesn't matter what the score is, but the fact that we are keeping clean sheets, we're always going to score goals with the players that we've got in the team. Great to see Gabby getting his goal today, and got to give Sheffield United a bit of credit. You know, we always sit here and talk about how fantastic we are, or if we've not won, how poor we've been. Sometimes you've got to give the other team a credit. You know, they worked their socks off, made it really difficult for us, and caused us a couple of little scares towards the end. But thankfully, kept a clean sheet and got 3 points. And you'd said before the game, when we were talking, Paul, that Sheffield United rarely get thumped by anybody. They rarely get beaten by many goals. And as you say, they showed that again today with us. Yeah, they've got a way that they play, and you know, you've got to take your hat off to Chris Wilder, because he's done it from League One to the Championship, now to the Premier League, with a lot of the same players as well. But what that gives them is a continuity. They all know how they're going to play. They all know the system they're going to play. They all know when they come up against the bigger teams what their aim is to do. And Dunne hit the nail on the head at half-time. The most shouts I heard throughout the game was stay in the game. They always want to stay in the game, hope that they get a set piece, or hope that they can bring on somebody like Billy Sharp, who's a prolific goal scorer, to nick them on at the end. So the game plan and tactically, they're fantastic, but difficult to play against as well. So that's a great 3 points. I've got a wonderful stat for you. A club record has been broken. We have won our last 12 games in all competitions, conceding just 3 goals in that time. It is the first time in our history that we have won 12 games in a row. And the last time that any top flight team did that was Arsenal back in 2007. So that just further highlights the incredible run of form that we are currently in. And that run of form today was won by a brilliant goal from Gabriel Jesus, and we can hear from him now.
It looked a very difficult opposition, Sheffield United, today. Did they make it hard for you?
Yeah, they play so good, you know. They are a strong team. We knew this, you know. That was a tough game, difficult for us and for them as well. But we did the our job, you know, win the game, and more 3 points for the pocket.
And you started very well. You must have been pleased with the way the team started today.
Yeah, we started so good. After we dropped a little bit, but we're still consistent behind, you know, in the defense, because they can create a chance and kill us. But we work good, and we win the game.
And an important goal for yourself in the Premier League?
Yeah, of course, you know. I was get back my rhythm my power, so always good to score, you know. I have to.
Was the concern that the longer the game went on, you didn't get the second, that you were allowing Sheffield United into it more?
Sorry?
Were you concerned that the longer the game went on with just one goal, it gave Sheffield United the opportunity?
Yeah, you know, we should to work hard, to don't let them play and don't create. That's what we did, and we didn't get. That's important for us, you know, to keep top of the league is important.
Well done today.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Completely agree, Gabriel Jesus. The most important thing is staying at the top of the league there, extending that 4 points, getting the win. So that was Gabriel Jesus with his thoughts on the game today. So a couple of things that I kind of picked up on in that second half today. In terms of substitutions, we didn't bring anybody on until a couple of minutes to the end of the game, and when we brought Rodri on. Looking on the bench, you've got, we had Mahrez on the bench, we had Sterling on the bench. So do you think that Pep was happy with the attacking performance, Paul, because he didn't make a change?
Yeah, I think he was obviously pretty comfortable with what they were doing. 1-0 up. I know we all want to see, and especially Pep teams, scoring loads of goals in every game. But the fact that I think especially Raheem, because whether he starts a game or whenever is on the bench, he's the go-to man to come on and change the game for him and maybe up the tempo a little bit, maybe get a bit more intensity and put the team in the back foot. But I don't even think I've seen Raheem getting sent to warm up. So it just shows me that Pep at 1-0 was fairly comfortably. And that shows a lot of respect to Sheffield United as well, that he didn't want to make too many changes because he felt defensively that they were quite strong.
Again, we had some insane possession stats. Again, Richard, something that I saw in the last 15 minutes of the game, we had 92% of the possession. That's ridiculous. But obviously, we didn't manage to convert, but still, the way that we're passing the ball around is magical.
Yeah, and there's nothing worse for an opposition team. If you've got 15 minutes to go, you want to get on the ball and you want to try and attack. And if you can't get near the ball, it drives you mad, and you end up making bad tackles or whatever it is. But it's that composure, and it's having the ability to play the ball and control the ball and pass it in stressful moments. The last 15 minutes, if you look at most teams, they'd be like, right, just get it as far away from our goal as possible. City are happy to play it around and knock it about, and they're unlucky. The goalkeeper made a great save off Jesus at the end, but yeah, there wasn't many other chances today. But it's important, if you're not creating chances, you're keeping the opposition away from your goal and keeping the ball away from them as well.
One chance there definitely was that I want to moan about. There was a penalty at the end there, Paul. It wasn't, but to me it was a penalty. What did you think?
As well. I'm with you, Natalie, on that. Stonewall, thought it was handball. Then I thought there was a couple of fouls. We should have had 3 penalties. There we go.
Yes. I mean, poor Phil Foden himself was fouled constantly all game.
Yeah, he was outstanding. Me and Richard were talking watching the game that we should maybe do a clip on just his first touch when he gets it. It's just so natural and comfortable, and I thought it was, without really getting the chance to drive into the box and create chances, apart from that, his all-round game was outstanding again today.
Was there any other players that stood out for you today, Richard?
I think it's difficult. I think looking at Laporte coming back into the team, I thought he looked really, really solid. He'd done well carrying the ball out, and it's for him coming back and getting 90 minutes, and the same for Torres and Jesus, to play the full 90 minutes is a real bonus for them, and it will help them as the season progresses. And I think overall it's a performance that the manager will be delighted with. We looking at it and we have to try and pick holes in it and different things like that, but overall it's a great performance. They worked hard, and like you said, he kept the ball for the majority of the game.
In terms of the teams around us, we've got United playing Arsenal later on today, and then you've got Liverpool playing West Ham, who are 4th and 5th in the league at the minute. This is a great message to send out before they all play.
Yeah, it is, and touching it before, and yeah, Dunne was bang on before the game, that if you're playing first, you just have to make sure you win your game. It doesn't matter. And then the teams below, and I know United down at Arsenal will be saying they've not looked at the result today, and Liverpool will be saying tomorrow against West Ham that they've not, but they will. They've been looking at the result, and a little part of them will be hoping that Sheffield United could have done what they've done at Old Trafford, or Burnley, what they've done a few weeks ago at Anfield, and nick a point. So it sends a message yet again out to everybody else. We're there, we're at the top, and we're going to stay there.
And in terms of us, the games continue to fly in. We're going to have a little look at our next 5 fixtures that we've got coming up in a second, because we are pretty much continuing to play 2-3 times a week. But honestly, when you're in a form like this, Richard, I'm quite happy for us to be playing 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, the form's been brilliant, and the results, like you say, they're a club record, I think 12 wins in a row. But it's the games that you would look at the start of the season, you would think they're winnable games. I think what's coming up is going to be interesting. I think they got Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, I think, sort of thing coming up. So they're more difficult games against sides that'll be challenging them. And if you come through that unscathed, then you can start to look forward and start to see the finish line towards the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got Burnley on Wednesday night, a 6 o'clock kickoff away at Burnley, who are always, I mean, similar to Sheffield United, they're always a tough team to play against. Then, of course, next Sunday, 4:30, we've got the big one against Liverpool. Following that, the FA Cup 5th round. And, of course, we know that we've always got an eye on the FA Cup. So we play Swansea on the 10th. And then that weekend, as you say, Richard, we play Tottenham on the Saturday for the 5:30 kickoff. And then it's a weird one there. From the 13th, we don't play again there till the 21st. A massive 8 days off currently. Wow. And then we play Arsenal. So a huge 5 games coming up. By the time we get to that Arsenal game on the 21st, we're really, really going to have a great idea of how the table's looking, Paul.
We are, but that's what the games that players want to play in. Burnley, as you said, won't be easy. But they're just going along. We've just won 12 games in a row. I think it's unbeaten in 18 games now. So the confidence is there for everybody to see. And this is without 12 games on the bounce winning without Sergio Aguero. De Bruyne has not been around, so if we can get into the sort of Liverpool, the Arsenal, the Tottenham games, and we're still up there top of the league and get results, and then we've got De Bruyne and Aguero to come back for the back end of the season. It's all right, isn't it?
It's insane when you say it like that. Yeah, we're just busy at the top of the table without 2 of the best Premiership players of all time. That's a nice place to be in. So if you joined us before the game or at half-time, you'll know that we do the Mystery Blue competition every game, and our producer Tom told us this week was particularly difficult. But as soon as it popped up, we all had an idea, and you all had an idea at home as well, because you have all been tweeting us as well, telling us that the answer is Martin Petrov, which is what we all thought in the studio. So either it was really easy, or we're all going to look stupid. It was easy! Hooray! So it was Martin Petrov, and you were both saying as soon as we guessed that it was Martin Petrov, you both were saying what a player he was, Richard.
He was brilliant. Yeah, he was just direct. You get a lot of continental players who will come in and be a little bit more technical, but he was just direct. He wanted to run down the line as quick as he could, and he had a heck of a shot on him as well. So he was a really good player.
I think at the time when he came as well, I mean, we weren't winning things like we are now, and he'd come from Atletico Madrid, I think, so he was a big name, but he was a lovely guy as well, wasn't he? A really good guy to have around the place.
I remember him playing in the Vincent Company testimonial a few years ago, and he was the best player on the pitch then. Even at whatever age he was then, he was absolutely incredible. So we will be hearing just in a minute from our manager Pep Guardiola. So we can bring you that right now.
Pep, how did you assess the performance and the win today?
So difficult win, like we knew it, and an incredible, huge victory for us. It's amazing after this run of games, 8 victory in a row, 12 in all competitions, still the players run and fight like an animals. So we concede one action at the end, was dangerous. So difficult opponent, we knew it. So difficult opponent, every time we play against them, we struggle a lot. But we concede few, this is important.
Did you showed in midweek to get that win today?
Every game is completely different. So with these weather conditions, when we woke up everyone, we spoke of that today, forget about it, it will be one of the toughest games we're going to play this season. And it was.
Yes, you said before the match you were worried about the weather might have an effect on it. Do you think it did have an effect?
The weather is for both sides. So, but for this time, for this amount of games, for many reasons. So we play the team who is now top of the league with the bottom of the league, and everything is, thinking wrongly if we didn't know what's going to happen. Unfortunately, the team was incredible commit, didn't make mistakes. They were so focused in the second balls, in the long balls. We win a lot of duels, and we like a little bit to create chances, but it's so difficult because they defend 10 players, defending all the space inside. They allow you to go outside. That is not easy. So, and after that, with the ball, they know exactly what they have to do. So, Chris and his team, for a long time, they are together. They know exactly what to do. That is the real proof the Premier League is incredible tough. So, if the team of the bottom of the league is this team of this team showed that everything had to be win. There's nothing, given from just because we are blue.
Do you feel that you set the right tone early on? You got that goal and you went at them right from the start today, though.
Yeah, always we start good and we maintain it. In the second half, it's not easy. It's not easy to play. Yeah? Well, I know perfectly that system and that setup. So the first season we won 2-0 here. In the second half, in the first half we were much better, and after we won 0-1 there. This season 0-1 there. Here 1-0. So we struggle. We struggle because they are a really good side. Really good side. It's sometimes a surprise where in the position they are, but sometimes the dynamics, the confidence of the team can low down. But as I said before, the team is alive. It's a team like. You feel it. They shout, they talk, they stick together until the end, and that's why we knew it, and we performed really well.
And were you concerned going into those last few moments that they could have got that goal?
But in the Premier League, we know it. In the Premier League, we're concerned because the ball was there when before. Long ball with Bruyne, with all the three strikers they do. They changed with 4-4-2 in Diamond. A lot of balls there. And always can happen, you know that. So when you don't win 2-0, 3-0 in the Premier League, always that happen. But we defended well, and a huge victory for us.
Well, thanks for your time.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely loving Pep's interviews at the minute. They're so interesting, and you could just see the enthusiasm and the passion, the pride for that win coming out in that interview. And he was echoing a lot of the things that we'd been saying here, just basically, Paul, how that was really tough, and that was a really great win.
Yeah, it was, and he said yesterday how difficult it was going to be. He said to the players beforehand it was going to be one of the most difficult games of the season. So he knew that, and to come through it unscathed, to get keep saying it, 3 points is all that matters, and to get a clean sheet. Defending second balls is obviously something that they've worked on, because Sheffield United, when they do get the ball, they want to get it forward quickly and they want to get bodies in around there and pick up that second ball and cause you problems. So I think from a defensive point of view, we're outstanding today again.
The defence is just a revelation. So looking forward there. We mentioned the games. Another game midweek. Richard, what are you hoping to see come Burnley on Wednesday?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's very similar to today. They'll dig in, they'll be tough to break down, and they'll try and send you outside again, like you were saying about Sheffield United. And it's a game where you talk about today winning 1-0, and that's how league titles are won. And I think the Burnley game as well, if you can go there and produce another performance today, it doesn't have to be classy and lovely to watch and loads of goals. It needs to be effective against Burnley, and if they can go there and win, it will set them up really well going into the game against Liverpool the following weekend.
Thank you so much, Richard Dunne, for joining me. Thank you, Paul Dickov, as always, for joining me. And thank you, everybody at home, for watching We're Not Really Here today. Kyle will be back on Wednesday night ahead of that Burnley game. So, another victory, a club record, 12 wins in a row. We are sitting 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Enjoy your evening.